If a man or a woman is going to be taken seriously as a YouTube knife star, you're going to need, well, other than hair gel, the words tactical survival, or something about prepping or bushcraft in the name, you're going to need some choppers. Choppers are overly large knives that take the place of power tools for idiots, because hedge trimmers, saws, axes don't give the neighbors things to talk about. Yeah, he was chopping bushes with this large murder blade. I'd offer my electric hedge trimmer, but there's just something not right about him. And why does he always have the camera pointed at himself? Is he filming pornos? I'm late to the game like nearly everything I review here, but all the other outdoor-ish YouTube experts seem to think the Tera, Skrama, is a good knife to point a camera at and talk about for 15 minutes. So why the fuck can't I? And while we're at it, Instagrammer and cool as shit dude Ale4me70 sent me, I'm gonna fuck this up, Jacari Puko to review, along with a beer. If you like knives and beer, or half of those things, please check out his Instagram linked below this video. And if you don't, well, you're a complete dick. So while you sign up for Instagram so people like you more, let's look at the dimensions of the Skrama and Jerky Puko. Did I say that right? Like the overall lengths and weights. Yeah, no blue lines this time. With and without the sheaths. I know there's a lot to look at here. There's a lot of words, there's a lot of numbers. Words and numbers are two different things. Blade sizes and cutting edges. Look at it this way. If you sign up for Instagram, think about all of the other creative, unethical things Mark Zuckerberg can do with your data. Handle size and grip area. I, for one, would like to see him testify again, because there's certainly not enough things to pay attention to already. Spine and handle thickness is like these YouTube videos. Instead of learning a new skill, engage in some wonderfully passive entertainment. Tallnesses? Why try and paint a picture of a knife when this dude here can listen to this asshole talk about Mark Zuckerberg in a knife video? Am I right? The Skrama and the whatever Puko, which I'll link in the descriptions below so you don't have to spell it from the way I say it, are available shipped from Finland from a website called Veristalika? Who knows? Well, I suppose the Finnish would, wouldn't they? These Finnish knives or whatever are available in a few options like stainless or carbon steel, full sheath, basic scabbard, with or without the handle covering. I know, a lot of choices. My Skrama is stainless and Ale4me70's Puko is a carbon steel. I think you can identify the steels by how dark the top section of the steel is. Carbon is darker, stainless is lighter. Surprise! Okay, so a closer look at the Skrama blade. The stainless steel here is known as 4110 or X55CR MOV14, which they claim is similar to Sandvik's 12C27. If you work in the slime and wetness, often opt for the stainless. Or if you don't care about those things, the carbon steel version is about $10 cheaper, as long as you maintain your blade. The edge has a chopping section for most of it and a slightly steeper grind near the handle for something called, quote, detail work, chopping up front, feather sticking by the handle. Got it? The Puko is just your standard small big-ass Puko knife. It actually comes in a 5.5 inch and 4.3 inch version. I'm not going to convert those to metric. Sorry, you'll have to. It feels nice and weighty in the hand. Translation, not as light as a Mora because of its kind of thick blade stock, and not quite full, but bigger and full length versus a Mora tang. The version seen here is 32 euros without a sheath, which is about 30 euros for a dangler sheath option too, or about $73 US before shipping. And I want to say fully outfitted on my Skrama was a touch over $100 US shipped. The sheath and the shipping is where they get you. Blade finish, like I'm talking about the luster or the polish, is a little uneven, something that affects nitpicking but not knife performance. The Puko is said to have a Scandinavian grind with a small micro bevel, or cutting edge as non-knife people would say. So you could probably sharpen it on a standard sharp maker, or you'd probably have to do a little slight reprofiling to get it a full Scandinavian grind. And the carbon steel used is 80 CR V2. The product description of the steel makes it sound like a laminate steel. They say the inner core has a different heat treat than the softer outer core. A laminate steel is just steel sandwiched together, and since no other steel is listed, we'll assume It's a laminate of just 80 CRV2. The product description claims the carbon is better than the stainless because it's higher toughness and it's easier to sharpen. You choose stainless if you want corrosion resistance and not have to lube and clean your blade as often. As always, stainless is not rustless, just more rust and corrosion resistant. It's never good practice to leave your blade gross and wet. The handles. The handle material on both feels like a TPE, so a hard rubber with not a ton of give. This gives you plenty of grip in the wet, but it's not replaceable without cutting off the material and building up a completely new handle around the tang. The rubber feel of the handles is similar to something like a Fallkniven or even that steel wheel roamer I reviewed a month or two back. The puukko has plenty of grip area for my hands with a little extra room to spare. You can almost fit 2 hands on the Skrama knife, so yours and a friend's. I like the feel and the function of the handles, but not quite the idea because you need someone to make a new handle scale or new handle scales instead of just bolting on new ones like, say, an Esee. You got a hole on the back for easy lanyardization on both. Maybe a good idea on the Skrama whilst the chopping. The sheaths. When they say leather, they mean leather wrapped around a plastic core. Well made and both have drain holes in the bottom for moisture. Looks like they'd retain less moisture than a full leather one, but give you the look and the dangliness of a good leather dangler. The sheaths are kind of a necessary add-on because the puukko ships without a sheath and the Skrama comes with basically the plastic core scabbard its leather sheath is constructed around. The puukko sheath is a little more awkward to close. Of course, you spell awkward like this. And that's because of the snap on top, so leave it unsnapped for easy unsheathing and snap it when running through the jungle. The Skrama has a snap loop, a little easier to snap one-handed, same when running, snap it. When stationary, leave it unsnapped. When unsnapped, the retention is just so-so because it's such a heavy knife. Welcome to Hour 3, or the comparison section of our video. First, both side by side, one is made for chopping and the other smaller chopping. For what it's worth, chopping is both described as an appropriate activity on the product description pages, unlike other manufacturers that build stupidly large knives and tell you they're just for cutting, please don't baton with them. Wink wink. Because our knife warranty doesn't cover the stuff big ass knives are sort of good for. You should probably use an axe, idiot. Now the puukko. Compared to the Mora Kansbol, both grippy handles, the puukko is more of a comfortable handle and a full-length tang. So if you baton with the Jacare puukko, you give the Mora to a friend. The Mora is about a $35, $40 knife. The Jacare puukko is about a $75 knife with the full sheath. Alright, the Vangedal Rover. This knife is $40 and change shipped. I'd say the Jacare is better for durability and grip. The Rover is still a very capable outdoor knife, and overall it's cheaper. Now the Fallkniven S1, both similar sized knives. The puukko is a little rougher finish, but probably easier to sharpen because of the micro bevel. Save some money by going with the puukko. Go with the Fallkniven to impress knife snobs who don't use their knives on your Instagram account. Now the Skrama, here it is. You all know what it looks like by now, hopefully, unless you've had your eyes closed. You're a student of the Bushcraft, I know. How about next to my Zombie Tools Vakra? Still my favorite chopper and Halloween accessory. The Vakra is heavier and has more weight behind the blade for chopping. Also, I just really like the feel of the leather-wrapped handle. It doesn't look comfortable, but it is. Also, the sheath has that leg stabilizer mount thingy, which is actually pretty awesome because you can sit down with it and it doesn't get in the way, and it's such a big blade. Now the Junglas II, is that how you say it? Big blade, a lot of fun. It's an Esee, so you can replace the handles, and it has an unconditional lifetime warranty. You're a dumbass and break your knife, they'll fix it. You're still a dumbass though. How about my Aranyik Cane Machete? I've had this review mostly shot for a while though, not written, just waiting for them to open their store back up. It's super cheap at $50, sans a sheath though, but an $8 cold steel sheath works. So for about $60 you have a pretty sweet chopper. The only thing that sucks is the handle doesn't have a lot of grip, no rear key-ins, or any handle finger grooves, just smooth wood. You probably have to wear gloves. Now let's wrap it up verbally. I know you love the sound of my voice, so do I, but you're paying those big Patreon bucks to see a little bit of lame mayhem. Like I'm not fighting bears or hanging from cliffs, but I do drink beers and play with sharp things and say the F word, so I think that's almost the same thing. These are both good knives for the money, I think. I mean, if you look at Cold Steel's line of affordable Chinese-made choppers, maybe the Skrama is a little expensive. I know, Cold Steel makes some really cool, cheap stuff. You can probably also get a decent condor for under 100 too. You can save some money if you go with the carbon steel varieties and lose the sheath. As far as the Jacare Pugo goes, if you look at a Mora full tang offering like the Garberg, well, that's probably more expensive at $80 to $100 depending on the sheath options you go with. Both of the Terava knives can handle whoopings pretty well, and if you want something finished but want those full tangs because you treat your knives like the people on YouTube do, I learned it from watching you, then these are good options. Or just go with a few cold steels and a case of natural light and make a weekend out of it. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you like these sorts of videos, please subscribe, follow me and Ale4me70 on Instagram. Links are in the description. Thanks to him for the use of his puukko and his free beer. He said, have at it. Don't worry about it, beat it up. I can oblige that. We're talking about the knife, not the beer. Just drink beers. Like, comment, Patreon, or don't. That's up to you. Thanks for watching.